Hello and welcome to the WBB Mason Coaches Report. My name is Rachel Vogel and I'm here with head women's basketball coach Krista Kilburn-Steveskey. Coach, we've got the first win in the conference action. Northeastern final score is 78-61 on Sunday. Huge win for the Pride. Northeastern ranked in the mid-major poll, ranked in receiving votes 11 out of the last 11 weeks, and we saw, of course, a huge game from Boogie. Talk a little bit about that win and what happened there.
I think the kids just made their mind up. I know they had practiced well. We had that time in between, but it just more was a focus of competing, a focus of effort. Assistants kind of got around and we just restructured, our goals. You got mid-season goals when you're struggling and hadn't won a conference game, and like what is important, and they've got to play hard all the time and not be scared, and I think like consciously you're not scared as a player. You're like, no, I'm not scared, but like subconsciously, lingering, that, hey, we got to get this first win, and realizing that you're in control of the controllables, which is your effort. So we had great effort practice all week. People diving on the floor for loose balls and really just giving it their all, and they played together in the chemistry between that crew, that started on the court. And they had fun playing with each other, and I think that was, the big kicker. They had fun working together and playing hard. It paid off.
Yep, so as I mentioned, Boogie, she had a huge game, 34 points, the most since Shantae Evans since 2011, and tied for the 9th most in program history.
Wow,
she went 9 for 16 from the field, 5 for 8 from three-point range, and was 11 for 15 from the free throw line. Talk about her performance and what it meant to the team.
Just all the way across the board. The points, are amazing, and she'll be the first to say, okay, the points. But the first comment I've got to make is just her defensive effort on Jinko. Jinko's averaging 22, 23 points in conference, and I just thought Boogie just, made a point, and she made a point earlier in that week. She was watching a lot of extra film with the assistant coaches, and I think that I can't even be more proud of that. What she did on the defensive end, and then putting the team, on the back. But yet in her mind, getting everybody else involved too. I think we had 19 assists, maybe.
19 assists.
So that just tells you, and you're 9 for 16. So, but I guess it's more importantly in that week, I was pretty hard on her and just challenging her all during the week about, to lead this team. When we're not giving good effort, call your teammates out. It's something when the coach is always calling everybody out, or the assistants calling people out. When hold each other accountable, it just goes so much further. And I felt like she held her teammates accountable during the week leading up, and then, she led them on the floor, and they all, worked together. So just kudos to her. You know how special she is to me, and we just want to just keep our head down. We got a tough road swing, and just continue leading us all the way. But so proud of her defensive effort as well.
Great. And talk about Anna Hernandez-Heel when she went on kind of a tear in the second half. She went 3 for 3 from 3 points within a minute and 28 second span.
Yeah.
What kind of spark did she provide late in the game?
Well, again, first of all, she does what she does, and she does it well. And, she's been in the little peaks and valleys a little bit with her game. And, Anna's a consistent player. She can provide, great moments on the floor, whether, it's awesome when she's making her three, but she creates, she finds her teammates, she knows the game really well. But then when it's on and she's having an opportunity to shoot like she shot the other day, it's nice. So just trying to find her a consistent rhythm.
And Marianne Collins, she also finished with a double-double, third of her career, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 5 for 8 from the field. She had a pretty good game. Talk about a little bit what it meant down low.
It's just time for Marianne. She has, again, I talk about her consistently in the defensive end, but, after a while, you just got to get yourself going back. She is a strong post threat and has just, been, on a struggle bus, for a while here for us. And she's had some, again, peaks and valleys on the offense bench at 17 at William and Mary, but then since then it's been non-existent. So just for her getting her confidence back, that's all. To me, that's all with Marianne was just. And even if she missed a layup, she just tried to laugh it off and go. I think again sometimes if you can just take some pressure off of yourself and realize that the sun's going to still come up. Let me just get out here and we worked really hard again during the week. A lot of splits, a lot of individuals, a lot of pounding the ball inside, and just trying to really challenging each other. Just kind of again. Before we finish up hitting people with one more game, then we'll flip around and play everybody again. And, we need to have a a shift to gears of our goal, and then that was one of them. Let's get that first win, and then let's build from there. So I was happy for Marianne to get that lid off the basket.
Right, and finally, throughout the season, it almost seems like there's been 1 or 2 quarters where Hofstra has kind of had a little bit of a lull.
Yeah.
You really didn't see that lull until very late in the game. You shot 50% in the first quarter, 73% in the second quarter, and 57% in the third quarter. Dropped down to 33 in the fourth. But how did the team stay consistent throughout the whole game?
Well, that was just effort, and I think that there you go again. It was just consistent effort. Don't worry about all this media hype or whatever all during the year, even when we're winning some games. Oh, you're third quarter, you're this, you're that. We really got to block out all that kind of stuff because you're really in control of your effort on the defensive end. Even if the ball's not going in the hole, it does help obviously when the ball goes in the hole. It's those tough stretches, when you're struggling, and I think again that's confidence. It's you can knock these shots down. You've proven it time and time again. So keeping your confidence, but 4 quarters of effort, and and then that just builds on that confidence. And you have Karia coming in, Reynolds as a freshman, who we were putting her in the right place to succeed and giving her a lot of minutes and putting her in rotations during the week. Jacayla Brown has been just a really good defensive stopper for us. So she didn't get as much time, but she will. It's trying to find this rhythm of some folks that can help us play together and then sprinkle in everybody. And that's what we've been searching for. We've been challenging those juniors, and Alexis Davis is one. We were challenging her. We needed a better play out of her, better play out of Marianne, and obviously better play out of Anna consistently because, Anna is a redshirt junior, but these are the folks that have been in this program, the longest, even longer than Boogie. And Boogie needs that support staff with it. So I was really proud of Karia in her minutes, and just looking forward to see other people stepping up like Val. We know it's time for people these freshmen are now second semester freshmen now, so let's start, providing and producing on the floor.
And last thing about Northeastern, a little bit of an interesting game from Jalen Hines. She only took 1 shot, no points, but she had 5 assists. What was different on Friday?
So glad you mentioned her too, because after this I would have been. So you look at that stat sheet, and we talked about this amongst Boogie and Anna and Marianne when we left after the press conference. She is invaluable for us on the floor, and she doesn't even care who gets the credit as long as we get the win. And her defense was just phenomenal, helping, rotating, swarming the ball. Again, the more comfortable she's been getting as a redshirt freshman, the better we're playing, and I definitely was really proud of her effort. So yeah, stats don't tell everything, because everything's intertwined with our success. So it's one tough road stretch. Wilmington's 8-0 at home.
8-0 at home.
So
5-3 in the conference.
So it's going to be a fun challenge, and then we have Charleston on Sunday.
Right. So again, huge momentum going into those 2 games down south. UNC is entering the matchup on a 2-game losing streak, and 2 of their best scorers are shooters. How does that mentality go into the game?
I mean, 2 of those best players were not there last year. They're transfers. Yeah. One's from Rutgers, and I think the other one's from Old Dominion. And they go as they go, and we're just gonna have to have a good team defensive effort, and be ready for what we have in store down there.
Looking forward to that one. And then on Sunday afternoon, College of Charleston 5-13 overall. Also have gotten off to kind of the same struggle Hofstra has in the conference with their 1-6. Their only win coming against William & Mary. What is the Pride strategy for Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, we got to take care of Friday first, and then we'll put our sights and focus on Charleston. It was always a battle down there at Charleston over all the years. So we just got to focus up on Friday, and then we'll take care of what we need to do on Sunday, basically.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, looking forward to it, Coach. So
the
Pride is back in action down south. Friday against UNCW and Sunday against College of Charleston. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.